Hi guys, my name is Sarah Kruger and I just got back from spending 4.5 months studying abroad at the University of Botswana. I understand you guys have been learning a lot about countries, so I'm going to talk a little bit about my experience and answer some of the questions that you guys have emailed in. So buckle up and enjoy the video. So I'm going to start with London's question, which was how did I get there and how long did it take? I got there by plane, but I had to go from Charlotte to New York, and then I flew from New York to Johannesburg, which was 16 hours, and then Johannesburg to Gaborone, which is in Botswana. And that took a grand total of 21 long hours. Carson and Tegan asked how hot is it in Africa? And the answer is it kind of depends on when you're there and where you are. So when I first got there in Botswana, it was very hot, and one of the first things I did was to go buy a fan for my dorm room because I just couldn't handle how hot it was. But I got there at the end of their summer, and so it moved into kind of their fall and then winter while I was there. So it started getting pretty chilly during the day. But some of the other areas we went to, it kind of varied a little bit. In Namibia, in Swakopmund, which is one of the beach towns I visited, it was pretty cool there pretty much year-round. They kind of kept a constant temperature there because of their location. So it really varies. It's very different, but when I first got there, it was definitely very warm. Harry asked if it was easy to find water. And I think a lot of times we think of Africa as this big desert that doesn't have any water. And that wasn't really true. I got to see oceans in several places. I got to see Victoria Falls, which is this awe-inspiring, beautiful waterfall. And then I also got to go whitewater rafting on the Great Usutu River in Swaziland. But I think what you were actually asking, based on Hannah's question about did I have to get water from a well, was I able to find drinking water? And the answer to that is yes. In Botswana, it's safe to drink the water there from the tap, so I just fill up my water bottle and drink that. And then when I went to other places, sometimes your body isn't used to the germs in other places, and so I drank bottled water in those places to make sure I didn't get sick. But water was safe wherever I went. Taisei asked if people wore shoes. And yes, people did wear shoes almost everywhere, but sometimes they would wear different kind of shoes than we're used to seeing. So in the video and picture here, you'll see that they're dancing with these sandals on that have these little seeds or something wrapped around them that make a lot of noise when they dance. So they have their traditional wear, but in their everyday clothing, they just wear shoes, the same kinds that we wear. Austin asked, what did I eat when I was there? And the main thing I ate was chicken and rice and a variety of different vegetables, which is something that they called salads. So they had beetroot salad and cabbage and broccoli and cauliflower and a lot of baked carrots. So that's what I had most days. Sometimes we go out to eat, and so I'd eat Indian food a lot because there's a fairly heavy Indian influence in Gaborone, Botswana. But I also got steak several times and some fancy macaroni and cheeses. Several times I ate at KFC because that was the only American restaurant. But I also ate a few of their traditional foods like papada, which is a type of bread, and fat cakes, which is kind of like a funnel cake without the sugar on it, and seswa, which is a pounded meat that's kind of like barbecue, but there's no sauce on it. It's very juicy though, so it's not dry or anything. So those are the kinds of things I eat. Megan asked what kind of animals did I see when I was there. And I went on several game drives, which is kind of like a couple-hour-long safari adventure. And so I saw a lot of animals. I saw a ton of impala, one cheetah, a bunch of warthogs and zebras. I saw a few giraffe. I didn't see as many as I'd like, but I saw several. One got really close to the car I was in at the time. I saw a lot of monkeys and baboons, lions, males and females. I saw a couple of crocodiles, and some of my favorites were the hippos. I took a boat cruise and we saw a lot of hippos, so those were fun to see. And then also, when I was in Cape Town, South Africa, I got to go to Boulders Beach and I got to see the penguins there. And it was really kind of crazy to be in this hot place in Africa where there's no snow or ice around, and here's all these little penguins waddling around. And so that was really cool to see. And then when I was in Durban, South Africa, I got to go snorkeling with ocean blacktip sharks. So that was a really cool experience and another interesting animal that I got to see and be really close to. So that was kind of my trip in Southern Africa, and I am glad that I am home now with my cat and my family, but I had a really awesome time. So I encourage you all to keep looking into different countries and kind of learn a little bit about the culture and everything that goes into a country and the identity of the people in the country. So have a good rest of your school year and have a fun summer doing swimming or whatever you get into.